Alright, hi everyone. Because I bought it and I see no information around, I will talk a little bit about that thing. I don't have much to say, but yeah, presenting it on YouTube. Alright. So this is an LS063R1SX01. I already showed this display. This is basically a phone type display with a portrait mode like this. I don't think it's upside down this way. I think it's that way. And so I think it has a digitizer inside it, or what? And a 400 nits backlight. Okay, so you plug it this way in order for the ribbon cable to go out from the adapter board. If it was on top, you would plug it that way. So don't break it, pay attention to what you are doing. Okay, and make sure it's the right adapter for the right board. Okay. So I think I already said it, but again, this is an HDMI to MIPI connector. And this is a Lego type thing. So this is a MIPI for phone, basically. We have HDMI in, obviously. And to power this board, we have either USB mini or USB micro, and even another connector, or you can, yeah. It works with a voltage in between 5 and 12 volts. So this is very flexible option. Yeah. So I will try to use 2.4 amps and see if it powers on. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it needs even more than that, up to even more than 3 amps. But I think the display consumes around 2 amps. Okay. So maybe a little bit more. So that's nice, but it is because I already changed. Alright, so here is how you should see the display. First time you power it on. So that's how it is. The display is in portrait mode. I can show you, so I have my computer on the left, and I can show you the display settings. So as you can see, it is recognized as a portrait display with a resolution of 1440 by 2560. And again, as the previous board that I showed, it is a 50 Hz display. So there shouldn't be 60 Hz available, but we can try it because I can force it to work. but as you can see, it doesn't want to work. So unplugging power. And so right now it's 50 Hertz. I'm still going to try. Alright, I'm going to try. Again. So trying 60 Hertz. Okay, power gain on, back on. Yeah, that's what 60 Hertz does. So last time I did get 60 Hertz with the other board, but that was not desired. So what I will do is try to restart restart the board and show you that it doesn't want. Okay, so restart the board. 1, 2, 3. So it doesn't want to work at 60 Hertz. 50 Hertz. The display comes back on. All right. So sorry, I'm with my computer. There. 50 Hertz. So this board recognizes the display being an LS60 R1SX01 when it isn't. But yeah. Putting it in portrait mode here. Yeah. So again, the display is sharp. We can see everything. And this is quite a bright display. As you can see, my camera is having problems because it is too bright of a display. So here's what I used to force the display to 60 Hertz. And it is Custom Resolution Utility, CRU, with display. So I can delete the resolution. Yeah. So I also created a 1080, but again, it doesn't want to work. And what about portrait mode in 1080? So again, resolution is resolution, definition, whatever, is very weird on those display on those driver boards. It isn't very how do you say? It is not cases aren't redoable. Things are weird. Sometimes it does work, sometimes it doesn't. So here I kept it with a 1080 resolution. I'm unplugging power, plugging power back on, and we will see it should power on, but the resolution isn't. The display isn't running at 1080. Yeah, this is 1080p. So it is a little bit blurry. As you can see, sometimes it does work, sometimes it doesn't. This is very weird. Alright, 1080p. I cannot show it to you easily, but it isn't super clear. So here's 1440p. Much better. Alright, so the problem is that for my project I needed a display with a landscape capability, and so that's why. So sorry, I'm going to try. Yeah. So that's why I bought. So where's my cursor? Where's my cursor? Okay, up there. So that's why I bought what I would thought would be a landscape board. It is quite expensive. I haven't paid that much, but that's what I bought. That's where I bought it. And if we use it on Windows, you can use it in portrait mode or landscape mode this way, the way I showed you. But it isn't. But if you want to use it elsewhere, it could be a problem. So there is still a way for me to make things work, because landscape board does exist for a 6-inch display, but that's the catch. This is only for LS060R1SX01. And so I don't know if it would work for this display. But there is also this other one, where it does say landscape with this resolution for a 2K but bigger display. So HDMI board would cost 41. Yeah. But for a bigger display, where it has an interface of 61 pins, and that board apparently. So no, that's the display that can run 60 Hz. This display uses a 61 pins MIPI connection, but maybe the board is only running 50 Hz. All right, and so that's the screen, the display. I have the 63 R1S61. And my display is a 60 pin, has a 60 pin connector for a 2K resolution. So I don't know if this other if this last adapter would work, because that one obviously isn't a landscape board. So I don't know if I have to buy it. Version 3.0. And what about this other one that seemed to be more serious, with buttons and all? Well, it's for another display, and as I showed you quickly, I have the page open, and this is made for a 50 pin connector, 6-inch display. But again, it's 2K resolution. So, yeah, I don't know everything, and I'm going to show you right now what voltage we can have and all. We haven't finished yet. Alright, ground. So what does it show? Ground. We cannot see. Nice. How can I show you? All right. Okay. So there is always a problem. All right. 50 millivolts. 50 millivolts. Yeah, obviously should be 1.8 volt, but I don't know what this is. 3.3 isn't. Reset. And the other button. So if I try to make a connection between reset and ground, it should restart the display. So reset, and it doesn't. So, as I showed you, ground and reset, or reset on the top, does restart the display. Okay. Ground, measuring things. What do we have? We should have 3.3, 5 volts, And here we have 580 volts, 450 as you can see, everywhere. Then there is another ground, and then there is the reset that has 3.3 volts. And so trying to have the on-screen display, the on-screen menu. I don't know how to do. There isn't any possibility. If I put reset on any button, doesn't do shit. Ground on any button, doesn't do. It wasn't doing anything before. 3.3, nothing apart from this reset button working. So how much voltage is it producing and working with? So ground is everywhere. Trying to show you is very hard. I don't have a good setup. Right, ground. And so the display may be here. Right, on the other side. So no, that's a 5 volts. Yeah, 23 volts. So the problem with those type of boards is that the display heats up, especially where all the cables are. So I'm gonna unplug it. The HDMI is very hard to remove on that particular adapter. And so, as you saw, I cannot control the voltage. Maybe there is a way, but I don't know it. And also, touch capability cannot be whatever, either on the mini or the micro USB. Data pins aren't connected. Toshiba, everything will be in the description. Nuvoton, maybe not everything, but okay. So that's what I wanted to show you. I don't know much about these things. I don't have more information. And that's only what I can get. Okay. So next thing is try to have a landscape board for it. When in fact I did bought it. But if it was in only one video, it would be way too long. So I'll see you in the next one.